Well, I figured it's been a little while since I've written a song, and I wanted to get back to it, and I figured maybe I should write a song for someone in particular, and the first person I thought of was my friend Jeddy. It's been over a year now since he moved to China, and he's been through a lot, man. He's been tear gassed in the Hong Kong protests, ground zero for COVID-19. Just became an uncle this year, and hasn't even been able to see his nephew. There's a lot going on in his life, and I know that usually maybe you'd be able to, smoke a little bit of weed or something to take the edge off, but it's just not available to him, And I got a Snapchat from one of my best friends, and he was in China. He was partying, and he was on something called Jungle Juice. And I said, "Jess, what's that, man?" He said, "This is called Jungle Juice, man. Everyone's using it to party." And I didn't really know what to think, to be honest with you. But a month later, I just hadn't heard back from him, and it just seems like ever since then, it's been kind of just a spiral downwards, to be honest. And anyway, Jed, I just wanted to write you this song, man, because I want you to know that as far away as you are from all of us, we still care about you, and I just want to see you come out the other side of this all right, man. So I wrote you this song, and it's called An Ode to Old Jed. And in parentheses, Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice. Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice. Well, the kids are all crying while they're standing outside, and they're screaming that it's child abuse. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice, and he's stumbling around Renews. And the cops drive by, they don't seem to mind that he's lying in a pile of puke. Jesse was raised in Upper Renews. He said, "Who boy you, and what's your daddy do?" Spent a few years in the penitentiary too, where he picked himself up a snake hand tattoo. When he got out, he said, "Old Jeddy is dead," and he started growing hair on top of his head. Opened up his chakras through the power of yoga, but now he drinks the juice like it's Coca-Cola. Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice. And the kids are all crying while they're standing outside, and they're screaming that it's child abuse. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice, then he's stumbling around Renews. When the cops drive by, they don't seem to mind that he's lying in a pile of puke. Well, drunk Uncle Jeddy took a trip to China, got a little taste for the Asian vagina. Met a pretty girl, but she was a minor. Now he's on the bottle like Aunt Jemima. Had a couple drinks, took a munch of a bat. Now he's got corona, they don't know where he's at, so they're looking for the man with the snake hand tat, and they're taking his ass back to Blackfield. Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice. And the kids are all crying while they're standing outside, and they're screaming that it's child abuse. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the Jungle Juice, and he's stumbling around Renews. When the cops drive by, they don't seem to mind that he's lying in a pile of puke. Well, laying in bed in a foreign nation and wading through a jungle juice hallucination, I found myself down at the rink in Renews, stopping slap shots, all busted and bruised, with my BHS jersey and my CCM pads. I looked to the stands and I smiled at my dad. Everything was good, yes, everything was fine. Then one day it all fell out of line. I started smoking joints out behind the rink, staying after practice for a couple of drinks. Moved down to Fredericton so I could party, got tattoos all over my body. Went back to school to become a teacher. Moved down to China, they don't have the reefer, so I started looking around for something I could do. Found myself a bottle of the Jungle Juice. Now I'm hooping up a bit of the jungle. If you want some, I got a whole damn bum full. Morgan won't let the baby see her uncle, 'cause he's sending dick pics on Tinder and Bumble. And I don't wanna be this man anymore, laying here in China with shit in my drawers. Wish I never tried that jungle juice. Just take me back to a news. Just let me fall into a dream. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the jungle juice. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the jungle juice. And the kids are all crying while they're standing outside, and they're screaming that it's child abuse. Well, Uncle Jeddy's on the jungle juice, and he's stumbling around Renews. When the cops drive by, they don't seem to mind that he's lying in a pile of puke. Yes, he's lying in a pile of puke, and I think he might have shit his pants. Jesse, you're a fucking mess. Good track to Jeddy. Maybe cut out the last part. But other than that, I thought I did okay.